It's the start of a brand new week at the House of Tiny Tearaways, which means new families and new problems to tackle.
I just don't know whether I like him anymore.
Do you want to stay together?
The building behind me is the place where this week's parents will put their problems behind them. We hope. Three families, all struggling to cope with their tearaway toddlers, have been invited to live here and try and turn their lives around in just 6 days. And the person who's going to help them with this mammoth task is clinical psychologist Dr. Tanya Byron.
My challenge is to help as many families as I can, and I've been given just 6 days to do it.
The design and construction of the house has been completed in conjunction with a committee of childcare experts to make sure that it's a safe, fun place for kids to stay, whilst also recreating a realistic and practical home environment. The remote cameras and those located behind the two-way mirrors allow Dr. Tanya to observe the pitfalls and progress,
Thank you, Mummy.
the tantrums and the tears, 24 hours a day, every day.
Some of them might have problems that'll take 6 months to crack, not 6 days, but I hope at least I can show them the first steps.
For the families chosen to be part of this unique programme, this is make or break. For Dr. Tanya Byron, this is the biggest challenge of her career. This is the House of Tiny Tearaways, and this is our first family, the Hadleys. In the Leicester home of 3.5-year-old Lucy Hadley, it's not hard to see who's in control.
Let's read a book.
39-year-old Alison and 35-year-old Richard have been together for 4.5 years, but Lucy's temper tantrums are starting to put a strain on their relationship.
It's nothing to do with
It's new to you coming into it. You're all fresh.
Yeah, but I don't stand for it. If she has a tantrum because she can't get her own way, I walk away.
Come on, let's go and read a story.
Lucy can have a tantrum over anything.
Right, can we get you dressed now then? Getting out of your pyjamas. Getting out the door, getting in the car.
What's on the television? Don't want Daddy in the room.
She can go from being a perfect angel to a complete monster in a couple of seconds. I just don't know what I'm doing that's wrong. I don't...
You just said earlier on you give in to her. You can't walk away.
I'm saying I give in to her in the evening sometimes because I'm so exhausted from dealing with 50 million tantrums.
You give in
that
to
have
her
gone
during
all
the day
day.
as well.
I don't give in to her during the day.
Lucy's demanding behaviour doesn't stop at bedtime. She won't go to sleep alone and she'll only let Alison take her to bed.
Listen, Daddy's taking you to bed tonight.
Why?
Because... Or she'll just have a... If Richard tries to take her up, she'll be gripping onto me for dear life.
So, see you later, mummies.
I should just cause complete and utter chaos.
It's really hard that, I mean, here I am, I'm Lucy's father. I want to put her to bed, I want to do things, and she won't let me because she wants Alison to do it all the time.
So I'll end up taking Lucy to bed. Then the shenanigans begin, and it's just one thing after another. I need a wee. Go on. Where's the milk gone? Then it's more milk, then it's on to another story, and so the list goes on. Then I end up getting into bed with Lucy. Sleep tight. Eventually, only when she's ready, and she'll go to sleep. I don't think I've slept in my bed for a full night for years.
But it's not only at bedtime that Lucy is rejecting her dad.
It's just got to the situation now where Richard's pushed out because Lucy only wants me.
so heartbreaking that your only daughter is literally saying, I don't want you. You have to back me up.
Yeah,
if you don't
you
do
have
it,
to back me up
there's
as
no
well,
point
and you
in
have
doing
to do it as well. Otherwise, there's no point in me doing it. So really, both of us are wrong.
I want to do it.
I want to do it.
Alice and I now, we literally haven't got a relationship anymore. We're more friends than anything else because we're sleeping separately, we're doing separate things, and we're not hardly ever seeing each other. So literally, all we are, we're just existing together.
Lucy needs her daddy around. I don't want to be on my own. But if this thing doesn't get resolved, that's the way it'll go.
The Hadley family are facing their first day of assessment at the House of Tiny Tearaways. Dr. Tanya is watching their arrival and how they interact as a unit. She's read their case notes and watched video footage, but this is her first chance to see them up close in what will be their new home for the next 6 days.
That's going to wind me up so much.
All day, are you?
That's going to wind me up in about 2 minutes.
Mummy,
Look,
come over here a minute. Come over here a minute.
I'm not getting agitated at all.
I keep pressing this.
Beautiful. Can't do anything.
The Hadleys have just entered the house. What are you taking from them so far?
Mum will not leave Lucy's side. Alison, Mum, is with Lucy all the time. Lucy leads, she follows. I'm really struck by that. She's never near her husband. Her husband's been looking around, exploring, but she's with her child all the time.
Well, I don't think they want that because we've got other families going to be coming in soon, aren't
But it's all right because they said just treat it like your own. They didn't say don't go outside.
they? Well, I didn't say
and
go...
play.
oh. Whatever.
They don't share their daughter, I guess, is what I'm really struck by. And Mum comes alive with her daughter, but she's quite flat around her husband. This is the relationship. This is the couple in the family, isn't it?
He said that what he hates is the fact that he's alone all the time in his own house.
Oh, that makes
And
me
you
feel
could
sad.
see him now. I
It's
know, just
sad,
sort of in
yeah.
the kitchen, probably making a cup of tea.
But equally, my question would be to him, why do you allow this to happen?
If you separated the daughter from them a bit, wouldn't then Richard and Alison have newfound respect for each other?
Well, that's my hope. But I am quite concerned that if they got back together for the sake of their daughter, and if I encourage them to pull their daughter a bit out of the equation, that she's more independent and they become more of a couple, I'm concerned at what we might see there and whether actually there is a relationship for them to have.
Right.
Because she seems to be the cement. And sometimes when you take the cement away, there isn't anything then to hold the relationship together.
Finally, how are you going to do it?
Feels like almost got to cut a bit of an umbilical cord there between Lucy and Alison. And for Richard to get more involved, be given permission to get more involved. I want to know the story. Why has this come to be? Because it's incredibly stark.
After watching the Hadleys on the monitors in her office,
Lucy.
Dr. Tanya
Do you know
joins
what my
them for
name
the
is?
first time.
What's my name? What's my name?
I don't know.
Shall I tell you? My name's Tanya. Can you say Tanya? Can you say it?
Pull that down.
If I close my eyes, I'll close my eyes, see if you can say Tanya.
Tanya.
Well done, you clever girl.
With introductions out of the way, Dad's keen to get straight to the point.
No, because Lucy runs Alison's life. When I've got Lucy, she knows now that when Daddy says no, it means no.
And what
just be
happens
strong.
when you say no?
She'll go to Alison.
And then will you stand by
No.
Richard and...
No, probably not.
Alison doesn't
Sometimes
see
I
a
will if I
problem.
feel that Richard's overbearing on Lucy and he's on her back all the time.
Right.
We end up arguing
Yeah,
ourselves.
because I don't want to colour
like,
in
we
at 9
came-
o'clock at night.
No, well, I don't either. You see, we're starting now.
Yeah, you're quite cross with each other, aren't
Yeah.
you?
Well, a lot of the time is she won't listen to what I say.
So, but then he goes funny with me for days on end, so I build up a resentment, and then it just goes backwards and forwards. And I'm cross with Richard at the moment because we keep arguing, or he keeps saying things, and I know what it was like when I was little, my mum and dad arguing, and it does more damage than anything.
The argument last
let me
night.
finish.
The argument.
Can I just finish?
Yeah, and I'll
Can I
tell
just
Tanya
finish?
what the argument was.
Can I just finish?
Is this common, what
Yes.
I'm witnessing here?
Yeah, this
problem
is
is that-
common
yeah.
all the time.
Right.
We'll suggest something.
Is this restrained because you've just met me? Normally, would you be arguing more vociferously, would it be?
What I get angry with is the way that Richard gets angry with me and he treats me as if I'm a child.
Okay.
Because everything I suggest for Lucy, you don't support me at all.
Right, okay.
And that's what
Time out.
yeah, that's what I feel. There's
Time
no
out.
support.
Okay, right, okay. On a scale of 0 to 10,
Let's go, Mummy.
if 0 was everything is fine and 10 is the worst it could be, where are you in your relationship?
10.
11.
12.
Right, okay. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to do.
12.
With
You
Mum
come
Alison
with
on
me.
the verge
Let's
of
go and sit
tears,
deep.
Tanya decides she
This
needs
is
to
our-
chat to her
my
alone to
consultation
try and get
room. I'll
her
turn
side of the
the,
story.
I'll turn it off. Oh, sweetheart, tell me, what is it? What's made you so upset? Does it feel really bad?
It's just Richard is always pulling me down in front of Lucy, arguing, and it upsets me so much because he just makes me feel that I'm doing everything wrong. And it's got to be his way or no way. And if I don't, then he doesn't talk to me for days. Because he's an overbearing person and he wants to get involved, but he doesn't try enough to get himself involved. He just hangs back.
How bad has it got? Has it got really bad in the relationship? What's happened? Tell me.
I just don't know whether I like him anymore. He's just... I do love him. And I want everything to be okay, but he's just pushing me to the point that I just feel that if something doesn't happen, I'm going to end up on my own. And I know what it's like to not have one parent around. It's, as a child, when you're very little, it hurts so much.
Who did you lose?
My mum,
How old are you?
7. And I don't want Lucy to have to go through that. It hurts because it might be hurting Lucy.
But it definitely hurts you. Big time, doesn't it?
Now Tanya asks Richard to join her in the consultation room. She's asked Mum Alison to perform a routine activity with Lucy so she and Richard can observe how Alison copes with her daughter's behaviour.
And I need to change your top because it's cold out here and I want to put some long sleeves on you. Is that all right?
No.
Don't you dare. Come on.
The tantrum you see here
You're right.
only ever occurs with Alison.
Right.
I never get this tantrum. The only tantrum I will get with Lucy is when Alison goes out the house
Right.
and she will literally do this and she doesn't want Daddy anywhere near her.
Right.
I never get this tantrum.
Right, now stop it. Listen, stop it. You're going to get yourself all worked up. Now stop it.
This little girl absolutely controls your life, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. And this is what I want to stop because Alison gets it all day. And what I say to her is that if we could stop Lucy controlling what Alison does, then I can come in more and it will be less stressful. But because Lucy dictates to Alison what she wants and then Alison will do it, she won't let me do it. So therefore it's all Alison doing it.
You're going to put it on whether you like it or not. So if you keep crying, it'll just prolong it.
I have to say, give her a few years, send her to Hollywood, this little girl will make you a lot of money. She's a right little actress, isn't she?
She certainly does play up.
Oh, there's not one tear.
No.
There's nothing except the most Oscar-winning performance of her life. Look at that, she's not even upset.
And she does this because she knows
It'll crack her her
Alison
mother.
will crack.
Oh, it's no wonder I need a bottle of wine every day. Why don't you like it? Listen. Would you like some sweeties? Would you like some sweeties?
I know we can do a lot of stuff, and I'm pretty confident that we can turn things around as far as Lucy's concerned.
That's fine.
But I think my biggest test is whether I can get you and Alison to be a couple together again, as not just as parents, but as a couple, and that for me seems to be the biggest challenge of all.
Tanya's beginning to get to grips with the problems of the Hadleys, but there's another troubled family on its way.
Well, I'm absolutely just knackered. I could just sleep forever.
On the outskirts of Glasgow, 28-year-old single mum Michelle Wright has two little terrors on her hands. There's 2-year-old Ross and 3.5-year-old Matthew. For student nurse Michelle, bringing up the boys alone is hard enough, but come night time, Ross's constant waking means every moment is a living nightmare.
From the day Ross has been born, Ross has never slept. I feel absolutely gutted knowing that this is the start of my night again. This happens every night, and as much as I love Matthew and Ross, there's times where I feel like I could just run out the door.
Up to 14 times through the night, Ross wakes up crying, disturbing not only mum, but also big brother Matthew. With all this noise, Matthew creeps into mum's bed for some peace and quiet, leaving her to sleep with Ross. Every single night, without fail, Michelle goes through this same scenario.
Like a zombie. I'm just so tired.
There's no way out of this just now. Come the following night, it's all starting again. It's just a continuous cycle. It's just never ending. I cannot go on like this anymore.
By 5 a.m, the boys are up for the day. Shattered, Michelle sees no end to this cycle of sleepless nights. With less than 4 hours of broken sleep, Michelle is getting just half of what she needs to get through the day. But this is just the start of it. After being kept awake night after night, brother Matthew's behaviour has become intolerable.
Do you want to go in that door? Stop it! Don't say bad words. We're just tired all the time, aren't we, Matthew? Need to tell your brother to sleep. There you go.
Hello. Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you? I'm
fine,
Michelle. Okay, Matthew's 3.
He's the same age as you, look. That
Hi
little
there.
boy's called
Hello,
Matthew.
how are you doing?
I'm fine.
That's
Glad to be
Richard.
here.
Are you?
Richard. I'm Michelle, this is Matthew. Matthew's 3 and this is Ross, who's 2.
Hello, Ross.
Ross is the reason why we're here.
All right. Richard's the main reason why we are.
And then says everything.
Exactly. Oh, look, it does, doesn't it?
Hello.
Hello. Hello, what's your name?
Matthew.
Matthew. So this is Lucy, Matthew.
Matthew, say hello to Lucy, darling. Say
Say
hello to Lucy.
Are you shy?
Are you here on your own?
Yeah. That is it. It's like holiday by day and by night is when it all happens.
Yes, exactly.
Playpen is just when I think I put them in there and go to bed.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I...
What have you gleaned from watching them in the house so far?
My concern is she's so tired, will she be able to do what I need her to do? Because it's going to take an awful lot of energy.
Not only that, because the boys are so tired, because when Ross wakes, he wakes up his older brother Matthew. Will you also be looking at their tantrums or their behaviour?
Everything, because obviously sleep problems cause a multitude of other behaviour problems because kids are just so exhausted and parents are exhausted, so you get that vicious cycle.
Is she going to need more care because she's the only single parent in the house?
Well, certainly it's tough when you're on your own and it's tough when you're surrounded by couples. I mean, this is where I really hope the community spirit is up and running. It was really nice to see her and Alison straight away hit it off. That was lovely. But I hope the other parents also want to give her a bit of a hand and give her some breaks maybe to have some rest during the day because she's going to need all the help she can get, I think.
At this juncture, who do you think is going to take the largest percentage of your time?
Well, I kind of feel like my time is sort of spread throughout the day and the night now.
Yeah.
And feeling a bit overwhelmed by what I have to do in 6 days, I can't answer that question. Everybody, is it too late to run and hide? Run for the hills?
You can't. They need you. Problems. She needs to spend this day watching to get a real understanding of where things are going wrong. So far, 2 families have arrived, hoping to solve their parenting dilemmas in an environment of mutual support. It's about 2 hours into the Hadley family's first day at the House of Tiny Tearaways, and already 3.5-year-old Lucy's tantrums are causing friction for her parents.
Oh, it's no wonder I need a bottle of wine every day.
Single mum Michelle Wright from Glasgow is feeling exhausted. 2-year-old Ross and 3.5-year-old Matthew's refusal to sleep through the night means that Michelle hasn't had an undisturbed night's sleep since Ross was born. With just 6 days to turn these problems around, Dr. Tanya Byron faces probably the biggest challenge of her career.
On a scale of 0 to 10, where are you in your relationship?
10.
11.
12.
And then, ready?
While her sons Ross and
no,
Matthew
don't
play in
run
the
down
garden
it.
with the
Keep your
Hadleys,
bottom down.
Dr. Tanya takes a moment to chat with mum Michelle alone.
It's all my own fault. I didn't do routine at the beginning where I should have, and I know my faults. It's just you fall into this trap and it gets worse and worse and you can't get out of it.
What's the quality of your life like?
Oh, it's non-existent just now. I've waited so long to try.
Waited so long for what?
To try and change things, and it's quite embarrassing. And it's embarrassing that I'm here without their dad. And
You feel ashamed that you're a single mum?
well, I can't. There's lots of single mums that can cope and they can do all these things, and I don't know why I can't. I really do try really hard. And I love them to bits, but I'm scared they're just going to grow into being not nice, and it's because I can't control them just now.
Do you cry much?
Not in front of them at all. No, not really actually. Sometimes, yeah.
What's making you cry now?
I'm so tired.
You look very tired.
I'm really, really, absolutely shattered, and
How much sleep did you get last night?
probably 3 hours at the most. The way I'm feeling just now is I don't think anything can change. But on the flip side of that is there's no way I've come this far to stay the same, but something's got to change.
Something will change. Yeah. Okay, you all right?
Yeah, it's just
You're here now?
It sounds terrible. I'm just so tired.
After the tears come the tantrums, and while Ross lets it all out, I join Tanya in her office.
Oh, he bit the gate.
What do you think of the Wright family? She's terribly sweet, isn't she?
Oh, I just want to look after her, really. I think she's very tired. She's on her own. She loves her boys. She has very sort of cross feelings, particularly to the youngest at times, because she is so tired. And it'd be so nice if she could get more. I mean, more than 3 hours sleep would be so nice for her. She had 3 hours sleep last night.
I know.
And look at her. I mean, I wouldn't be functioning like that on 3 hours sleep.
Why don't you go and look at Nemo, or you can go and play with the car just now? Oh, is that my oven I've left on?
No, they're yours. I'm just going to have some and stuff.
And we've got another good faker on our hands. Bless him.
If you're
This
alone,
is rage. Look, he's kicking. Don't. Oh, don't.
In. Oh, listen.
what about the playpen?
Children are...
Listen, your lunch is on. Are you starving? Oh, do I have a wee play in here?
Now, what should she have done
Just ignore him. All he's doing is kicking the gate. What she does is as soon as there's a tantrum, she goes over to give attention. So that is one thing I need to help her stop.
Matthew, do you want a wee drink as well?
And he's exhausted.
And she's exhausted. So the message to Ross there was, you have a tantrum, you get mummy. There you go.
And Matthew in the stripy t-shirt, eldest boy, 3.5, sitting by himself.
Bless him. He seems older than 3.5, actually.
How many rounds do you want?
Oh, look, he's coming.
Are you going to be able to tackle tantrums and sleep in the same week?
I'll try. I will try.
With 2 families already in the
But she
house,
have his-
it's time for us to meet the third and final family. In East Sussex, Mum Paula spends most of her time cooking homemade food for partner Steve Murphy and boys 5-year-old Jacob and Isaac, who's 2.5.
Bye-bye.
But But Dad is the only one who will eat Mum's food, leaving Steve and Paula very stressed every mealtime.
Quick, Jacob.
Both Jacob and Isaac simply don't want their food.
Make this one the last one.
Mum has to literally spoon-feed 5-year-old Jacob or he just won't eat.
Oh, you want me to do it now?
And as he hardly touches his packed lunch either, this makes dinner time even more of a pressure.
He's just got no interest at all in food. No interest at all. He could probably go all day with nothing to eat, but you can't. You worry, you panic. You know, he's got to eat, so you sit there and you feed them both.
I think it's a laziness. He'd rather get someone to do it for him so he can sit there and just think about whatever he wants to think about or watch the telly when the telly's on.
And TV is the only thing that keeps Jacob distracted. But if feeding him wasn't hard enough, Mum and Dad's food troubles with 2.5-year-old Isaac are even more stressful. When he was just 9 months old, Isaac loved his solid food.
There you go, pizza!
But his eating habits changed and he developed an aversion to anything solid or lumpy.
And I have some?
No.
Every single mealtime, Paula puts all of Isaac's food into the blender.
Everything he eats is like just soft and soggy and blended, pureed up. In the morning he'd have Weetabix. For lunchtime it's got to be meat and veg. And then for tea all I can do is Ready Brek. And he's been having that for about 1.5 years now. And you have to keep mushing and mushing it up so that there's not any lumps at all, because he will find the most smallest lump. Because if you give him food with lumps in it, he gags. And if he gags, say twice, you know he's going to be sick the next time.
The endless cycle of stressful mealtimes is ruling Steve and Paula's life, and with Isaac as a worrying priority, they're now desperate to find a solution.
You can't keep carrying it on because he can't go to school and eat blended food. At some point he's got to eat, lumpy food. If Isaac could just pick up a piece of bread, bread and butter, or a piece of toast, it would completely change. I think I'd cry if it happened, because it would just completely change. Everything would be so much more relaxed.
We could plan days out, we could go on holiday, I could take Paula away and know that I could leave the children with family and I'd know that they'd be fed well, they'd be eating. Look at that, there's a racing track on there.
Look at that slide.
There we go. Come on in you go, Jacob. Wow.
Hi there.
Hello there.
Oops. Hello. There you go.
All right.
Hello. You're right. Hi.
Hello
nice
there,
to meet you.
Steve.
I'm Michelle.
Hello there.
Michelle.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hi, Steve.
Hello there.
Hi, Michelle. How
Richard,
you doing?
Michelle.
This is Jacob.
Alison.
Hello.
Hello, Steve.
Hi, Megget.
Richard.
They shut the door. You're not getting in the first.
Cute little boy. Excellent. Bring your kid on a programme about child behaviour. Put him in a top that says 100% pure mischief.
They seem very excited to be here, don't
They do. They do. Very excited.
Wait, it's not. They cried the whole time.
No, you're joking.
Boy, hello.
Lucy, you're in.
Shoes off. Have a wee beef.
They have proper eating problems, don't they?
They do. So really, I want to get them going on a mealtime as soon as I can. But it's nice just to watch them interact as a family. They're very comfortable with each other as a family. And they're really sort of getting their kids into the house and, it's nice. I'm interested to see, do the parents feed them together? Does mum dominate the feeding? Who manipulates mum the most? How do they manipulate her? What is her resilience? What are her reserves? Will she be able to be more boundaried and firm with her boys around eating? Will she let her husband in with the eating? Do we see a Richard and Alison Hadley problem but around eating with this couple?
It's the Murphys' first mealtime in the house. Dr. Tanya and I are watching Mum Paula and Dad Steve Murphy feeding 2.5-year-old son Isaac.
That could be your escape.
Sit down then.
Isaac's eating problem has been putting an increasing strain on family life. He refuses to eat food unless it's pureed, and even then, he needs distracting.
That's Kangaroo's bed. It's springy and bouncy. It's a giraffe. That's not my bed. That's giraffe's bed. It's
Should a child read while he's eating?
Well, I'm actually thinking I'm going to go out and ask her to take the book away in a minute.
Oh, yeah. What's wrong with using a distraction, though?
Well, when you've got a 2.5-year-old in a high chair who can't feed himself, who needs to be distracted from food, there is a problem. He's just stuck at a particular stage of feeding, which is sort of a year old. I mean, this boy's 2.5 now, nearly.
Mum, look.
He's in his bed. That's Mousie's bed.
This is all good stuff for me, because at least I can see what the problem is.
Yeah, OK.
Yeah.
Brush his teeth, please. Brush, brush, brush.
Hello.
Brush, brush, brush.
Hiya.
Good boy.
Hi.
Wash his face.
Hello. I would really like to see you try and feed him without the book, because I need to see the problem at its worst in order to treat it. How do you feel about that? Does that feel really horrible to you?
Only that
I
I
know
know
he'll
Paula would
scream.
worry that he wouldn't eat.
Okay.
But if it doesn't work, can we have it back?
Well, I'll tell you what, how long? Just for now.
Okay.
For as long as you can bear it. Okay,
Yeah.
shall I'll disappear back into my
Okay.
office. So give me a couple of seconds just to get back in.
All right.
Thank you. All right, see you in a minute.
Look, Eggert do it.
No.
Does Eggert want to do it?
No.
Should we put him into bed?
No.
Let's put the mole into bed. Put the mole into bed.
No.
Yeah, let's take this away.
Mama,
Yeah, quick. Yeah, do you want to take it? Hide it. Wait a minute, let's eat this first then, all right? Quick, let's eat this. Look. Eggert do it. Come on.
Hey, come on. Oh dear.
Come on then, quickly, and then we'll go in the car.
She was good. She took it away, didn't she? And she really didn't want to.
You can eat your dinner.
What are you saying, Tom?
She's still distracting him. It's not that bad. I mean, oh, well, OK, he's not going to have it. Very controlling child around eating. Knows it really freaks his mother out.
Sit round.
Come on. Sit up, please. No.
Do you want the book back?
Come on, please, now.
Yeah?
Well done. Where's your ears? Where's your chin? Where's your...
Thank you for doing that. Obviously, I saw what I needed to see. How
Tired, don't you, I think?
How hard can I push you both? I've got 6 days. So from my point of view, I know in my head what I can do.
I personally
Well,
want to get as
I
much
see this
out
as my
as I
last hope.
Is it?
This is, yeah, because I mean, he's been through doctors and
I want to get as much out of this as I
because we
can.
thought it was something,
Yeah.
a blockage inside, or it was his throat. So he's had scans and all that sort of stuff, and it's nothing. I just said, there's nothing we can do.
The only way we're going to do this is we work together.
Yeah.
We're on each other's side. I can do this. We can do this. Yeah, yeah. My biggest challenge isn't your boys. My biggest challenge is you guys.
All 3 families have now arrived and are outside getting to know one another. While playing in the garden, 3.5-year-old Lucy Hadley hurt her head playing with 2-year-old Ross Wright, and she's not happy.
An accident.
Come on then.
Come here.
Who wants to go on the swings?
Come on, we'll have a nice drink and a calm down.
Have a rest.
What happened? Did you run into each other?
No, she was just lying there and Ross rolled over, and as he rolled over, he cracked her in the eye with his foot.
Oh dear, was that with a shoe? I bet that did hurt. You want to go in the car? What for?
He hit me.
Yeah, well, he didn't mean to do it, darling. It was an accident.
Well, you want to go in that car?
Well, she's already had one ride.
Everyone else has had like millions, so it's not going to matter.
Lucy, you've already had a ride, haven't you, darling?
Have another one. Everybody else has had like 15, so I think it's going out tomorrow anyway, so. Take your time, but put sniffy dogs down, then you can do it.
That's just like a typical example, though, Richard, that I said
Where
no
you-
and you're
where
saying
you
you
had
can,
your finger?
and you say I do that to you.
Oh, it's switched off.
Hello?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I tell you what, would you like a packet of Maltesers, sweeties? I'm going to have a look.
While Jacob and Isaac Murphy are under the watchful eyes of the other parents, Tanya has called Mum Paula and Dad Steve into the consultation room for their first appointment.
Nice. So why are you here then? Let's hear it in its full glory. This is a big thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very big.
Yeah.
Well, it's for Isaac with his eating, and Jacob because he won't feed himself, but mainly for Isaac. I'd like him to be able to eat lumps because everything's pureed, even just mashed up, you know, like the first step from pureed.
Has it always been like this ever since he was born?
No.
So what would you say was the key trigger to everything changing then? When did that happen? What was all that about?
Well, we split up for a while.
What happened and how long and why and all that sort of stuff?
Well, Paula had postnatal depression quite badly.
I just had so much frustration and anger, and one minute I'd be crying and the next minute I'd sort of think, what am I doing? It was weird. It's weird to sort of explain it, really. I knew I was going too far.
Yeah, but you couldn't stop yourself.
No.
That's terrifying.
It was frightening. So I went into hospital for a little bit.
How much contact did you have with the boys during that period of time?
I saw them 3 times a week, didn't I?
Yeah,
3 days a week.
For me, this is very linked to the feeding problem, and I kind of feel like if this is still around and hasn't really been talked out, although it's not the thing that drives your mind into the problems you have with feeding him, he has to be helped.
Right.
Yeah, I just...
Tell me about the tears. Let's do this. No, you're not being stupid at all. What makes the tears come now, do you think?
It's only, I mean, it's when I think about the time I lost. It was snatched away from me. It was... Yeah,
I think it's the frustration of Isaac eating, and is it our fault? Is it something we've done? Have we caused this?
What's the answer to that question?
I think we have.
You think it's your fault? So you've given your son a problem?
Yeah.
That makes you want to cry?
Yeah.
Does it? Why?
Yeah.
Why does that make you sad?
Well, because I'm their father, you know. You don't want to do that.
But you think that it's something that you two have done?
Yeah, and I think I probably helped make it a lot worse, you know, longer. That's how I feel inside. But yeah.
So for you, there's this kind of feeling of guilt that, well, I guess you let your kids down.
Yeah.
And you carry that around inside you.
Yeah.
That must be hard. Does Paula know you feel like this?
I don't know.
No.
What do you want to say to her? I mean, just now, while we're here, is there anything you want to say to her? Just to...
I'm sorry.
Stupid.
I am.
You see, sitting here with you, I feel very sad because I think there's a lot of sadness. It makes me feel sad. My guess is that little Isaac is the one person in this family that's actually really quite honest about what's went on, because he is not letting you forget it, and I almost feel like his behaviour is saying, you've got to open that door, Mum and Dad, and you've got to look at that, and you've got to get through that, because he is still stuck in a space developmentally that keeps taking you back there.
Yeah.
So his behaviour could be the saving grace of your family.
Yeah.
Because his behaviour is the thing that might make you have to stop and take time out, because my hunch is as soon as you two free yourself up from that time, you'll be able to let him grow up. He's still your little baby, the little baby that you didn't have because you were separated from him. For no fault of your own. But I think we need to say it. We need to say it, don't we? And he's lovely.
Right.
He's lovely. He's such a lovely little boy, but he's your baby. Do you think we can do it?
I'm hoping so.
Do you trust me?
Yeah, very much, yeah.
Yeah?
It's day 1 in the House of Tiny Tearaways, and for Dr. Tanya, it's the all-important assessment day. So that she can fully understand the parental problem she's got to tackle over the next week, she'll spend most of her day observing the 3 families from her office. Single mum Michelle Wright is trying to conquer the sleeping problems of her sons, 2-year-old Ross and 3.5-year-old Matthew. The Murphys are desperate to turn around the different eating problems of both sons, Isaac and Jacob.
The last one.
Tanya has already uncovered parental issues behind the children's problems. And the Hadleys want help with 3.5-year-old Lucy's excessive tantrums. Her clinginess to mum is already highlighting splits in her parents' relationship.
She's already had one.
I'm going to take some photos of you as a family just
Tanya
joining this house.
instigates an exercise called family sculpting with the Hadleys so she can understand their dynamic from 3.5-year-old Lucy's point of view.
Oh, hold on a second, got to press the...
There you go.
She wants Lucy to position each person for an instant
Excellent.
photo
Right,
in
can you
various
put them in a
locations
position to
around
show
the
me what
house.
they're like when they're together?
Daddy.
Stand there next to Mummy,
Okay.
Right.
and then hold each of the hands.
Right.
And where are you going to be poking through? Where are you going to be in the photo? So you want to stay there. Okay, right. And what do you want everybody's face to look like? Cheese.
While
Right.
Lucy heads off to play in
Brilliant.
the
Been
garden,
here
Tanya
before.
takes Mum, Alison
Yes,
and
you
Dad
came in
Richard to the
earlier, didn't you?
consultation room to discuss the photos.
Right. Why did I do that, do you think?
To show us
That's to
actually
do
what she
something.
wants as opposed to what we are doing.
So she wants Mummy and Daddy smiling, Mummy and Daddy holding hands, she's there holding onto Daddy's leg. But how do you feel when you look at that one?
That looks like a lovely...
Well, that was the best one. As soon as she grabbed my leg, I
Yeah?
felt like... I'll have that one, please.
I think that she doesn't like Daddy, and she does.
She does like Daddy, doesn't she? Yeah. Tell me what made you cry about this one.
It just looks so... Because it's a happy family.
Happy family.
And we're all together. And Lucy's happy.
These are the first two that were taken. Let's have a look at these. This was the very first one. That one. I'll just put them up.
That's the first time that Richard's been near me and held my hand for such a long time.
In that one.
It's all right. Yeah, have a tissue. Have a couple. Yeah.
So we always wanted a happy family like that. With Mummy and Daddy together. And I've never thought that I could get it. I couldn't see it. And it's always been there, but I've not seen it.
This was really interesting, this one.
That was the
surprised
penultimate
me.
one.
This is the one in the bedroom.
Yeah, that surprised me actually, that did.
Yeah, because I mean, you even said, you know, where do you want to sit on Mummy or whatever, and I was expecting us to go straight over there.
Perhaps she doesn't want me in her bed. I think that I've been doing it for her good, but if not...
The first few photos is how it usually is. You know, I'm always on the sidelines, picking up the pieces of what's going on around, and I'm picking up the crumbs.
But
And I've got so used to doing that now that it just becomes second nature.
I always-
So when I get more, it's like, oh yeah, wow.
I feel angry a lot of the time with Richard because of the way that he talks down to me in front of Lucy and telling me what to do all the time and making me feel as if what I do is wrong. But then again, I've just, you know, I have been
It's not
wrong.
telling you what to do. It's just like when you say,
The way
you
that
can't
the
do
way
this,
that
and
you go
I'll
about
say,
it.
well, why don't you try that? And then that's when you say, I'm telling you what to do.
Losing some very special time in your relationship.
Definitely, absolutely. She's 3.5, and I can probably count the real quality time with Lucy on 2 hands. I think they need the mummies and daddies, and she's growing up without a daddy.
My first question to both of you is, where is the problem?
I would love to be heard and do things. When I'm saying things, it's not to get at Alison, it's to suggest something.
So you want your voice heard?
Yes,
So
'cause it's
you
not.
have a problem?
I think that Richard doesn't hear what I'm saying. He doesn't listen.
So you'd like to be heard too?
Yeah, I'd like to
Okay.
be heard too.
Which is the photograph you want to end with at the end of 6 days? What about you, Richard?
Well, that was the one, because it's just like, I was just so amazed that she clung to my leg and stayed there.
I'm going to put this one in a frame, but I'm only going to give it to you in 6 days' time if we've got there, okay? There are lots of problems, but she is the least of the problems.
Slice of pizza.
The other dad, Steve Murphy, is preparing dinner for his sons, 2.5-year-old Isaac and 5-year-old Jacob. Tanya has asked them to serve dinner as they would at home, so she can observe the problem firsthand. Isaac will only eat pureed food, while Jacob hardly eats and has to be spoon-fed.
Can you see if there's any lumps or? So you try and
Will you leave me alone and go and sit down now?
I try and leave a few lumps in there.
Right, we'll go and sit
blend
down.
it down to a
Okay,
complete...
go and sit down then. Bog off.
That is proper puree. They
Yeah.
made a proper meal.
A really good meal as well. Boiled potatoes, grilled chicken breast and vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, etc., carrots. And it now looks like a cup of sick, really. It really does not look appetising.
Hey.
I wouldn't do Play-Doh at the table.
2 years and 8 months in a high chair.
And also, not even in a high chair, in his high chair, because he won't get in any other.
That's right, they wouldn't use one of my high chairs.
Are you going to get rid of the high chair?
I'd like to encourage them to get rid of the high chair rather than me.
Can I just point out that Ross is younger than Isaac, is using knife and fork, is sitting on a booster seat.
But that is perfect. I mean, that is how children should learn to eat. He is a good example. Go for it.
He's nodding off this young one.
Then we go in the bath now.
Quick one.
I'm not having any mucking about. No, I'm sorry.
In there.
Well, that was super quick.
Can I
You do it.
Mama, can I 5 minutes to get down?
We got, we'll say 5 minutes.
Jacob has got not one scrap of attention during his meal at all. Not one single scrap. As soon as something went into his mouth, his mum was like, fine, right, you're fine, and walked away. It's a real shame, actually, because Jacob did really try and feed himself at the beginning and got absolutely no attention, and now he's getting
Both of them.
heaps of attention from them, but both quite negative.
Listen to me.
Good boy.
If you don't eat your dinner, you're not going to play. You're going to go straight, have a bath and story in bed.
After a busy day of observing the 3 new families, Tanya updates me on what she's seen. Tanya, first day. Let's just talk about the families in turn and your targets for them. First up, the Hadleys. What are you going to do with them?
It's so much about this couple's relationship, or lack of, really. They are so angry. I can't do a single thing for them or their daughter until I can get them to talk to each other and listen to each other. Can they parent together? I don't think they can, because the relationship is just so fractured. And I really feel that unless they are really thinking about that and talking about that from now, I won't have enough time to help them with their daughter.
All right, let's go on to the Wrights. Michelle Wright, who slept for 3 hours last night.
Bless her heart.
Mother to Matthew and Ross. Ross has never slept through the night.
Yes.
Are you going to get him to be able to sleep one full night for the first time in his life here?
I've no idea. I mean, I'm really worried on behalf of Michelle because I think she's extremely sleep deprived. And I can yabber away in her ear, but at the end of the day, who can blame any mother, particularly a single mother, dealing with this kind of sleep problem, just doing what she does, taking a kid in the bed or whatever, because she is so exhausted. I really feel like this is where I have to rely on the community to help her.
Then let's go to the Murphys. Jacob, almost 5, won't feed himself, and Isaac only eats pureed food in his own high chair. What's your aim for them?
Both boys sitting in a chair side by side with plates of non-pureed food in front of them, feeding themselves without any children's party entertainment going on around them.
You have a lot to do. You talked about tests and tasks for them. Do you think it's an enormous test for you as well, just as you list those problems?
Yes, I do, because I've got a huge amount to do in a very short period of time. And that is quite overwhelming, I'll be honest with you.
Tanya wants to see if Michelle Wright's sons, Matthew and Ross, can settle for bed on their first night. She's joined Michelle in the yellow suite to offer support as she tries to put Ross down for the night.
Listen, it's all right, Mummy's there. Shh, 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 shh. It's all right.
After a tiring first day, Ross soon crashes out. At home, Ross will wake up to 14 times a night. Getting 3.5-year-old Matthew to bed looks like a trickier proposition.
There's no way he'll go to bed. Why? He would fall asleep on the couch. He's never, ever went to bed.
Well, is he going to go to bed tonight? In his big boy bed?
He's going to go to bed.
In my house?
Because yeah, that would be so good.
I might have a treat in the morning. Do you know what? All the children who sleep like big boys in my house, they get to choose a treat from my treat box in the morning. Do you think you could do that?
Oh, fantastic.
Can you be Mummy's big boy? Okay.
That's right, we're going to get a big present. Move over. Well done. Right, under the covers. Let's snuggle. Snuggle. Oh. Right, I'm here. Shh, good boy.
Michelle's amazed that both boys have settled in their own beds, but doubts it'll last. Tanya calls Alison and Richard Hadley into her office for some straight talking.
The key thing for me, in order to do my job properly, I have to know that I'm working with two people who are on board together and ready to work together. And I'm quite concerned that your relationship is really very, 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 very split.
Right.
And I've seen it all day. You can barely spend time together. And when one of you is with Lucy, the other one isn't. You just can't seem to agree on anything. And when you're talking, what I find is that one of you will say how you feel, and then the other one of you will say, yeah, but I feel this. And then the other one of you will say, yeah, but I feel this. And neither of you listen to each other at all. No. And that for me is something that I felt I needed to say to you tonight, because I need you to think really carefully. What do you want? Do you want to stay together?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's what I said to you earlier on. If we can get something out of this for Lucy, then that's all I want. I
can't fix any of her problems if you guys remain in this position, which is, we're here for Lucy, let's focus on Lucy, because if we focus on Lucy, we won't get anywhere. Am I looking at a couple who wants help staying together to parent their daughter together, or do we need to be really honest and look at, say, this is a couple who are wanting to separate and find a way of parenting their daughter as separate parents?
No, I think together.
Together. I'm not convinced, only because I'm just not convinced. So I'm going to leave you with that thought.
Back in the Wright suite, single mum Michelle is being kept awake by sons Matthew and Ross.
Go back to bed.
Michelle would normally give the boys milk when they wake up in the night, but tonight Tanya's asked her not to. They wake a total of 15 times. With just 5 nights left in the House of Tiny Tearaways, will things improve in time? Tomorrow on the House of Tiny Tearaways, the Hadleys face another emotional hurdle. And Tanya bites off more than she can chew.
Hold your spoon for me. Hold your spoon and then you can have it. I know.